Do your kids love the TV show The Amazing Race? And would they think it would be so much fun to have an Amazing Race birthday party that feels just like the show? Well, I'm going to show you today exactly how to do it. Hi, I'm Sharon Rowley from Mom of 6, and today I'm going to show you how to throw an Amazing Race birthday party right in your own backyard. Now, if you look for ideas online, you can find lots of examples of Amazing Race birthday parties that involve teams conducting the race throughout their hometown. But when you do an Amazing Race party that involves running all over town, it requires a lot more work to set up. You'll need to work with the local store owners to make sure that they'll agree to participate in your game. Plus, it means securing a whole bunch of other adults to serve as chaperones and drivers. But the biggest downside to doing your party that way is that your party guests are spread out all over the town, so you're missing on the chance to be together at the party. The Amazing Race birthday party that I'm going to show you is set up with games that you can play either in your backyard or at a nearby park all together as a group. Okay, so it all starts with letting people know about your party, right? So I created these really fun Amazing Race party invitations that you can personalize and then text, email, or even send them out via snail mail to your friends. I've also included an Amazing Race thank you note that you can use after the party, but most importantly, I've included all of the route clues, roadblocks, and detour cards that you'll need to play in my free downloadable party pack. Now let me walk you through how this Amazing Race adventure unfolds. But first, I have a few tips for you. To set the scene for the start of your Amazing Race party, you can play the show's opening music, which you can find on YouTube. Now be sure to have some sort of mat on the ground, because on the TV show, that's where teams start and end each leg of the game. Now a cool idea would be to provide party guests team t-shirts in different colors for every pair. These are super simple to make with iron-on fabric transfers. Mom, dad, or an older sibling can then kick off the game as the announcer, welcoming the teams and explaining the rules of the game. Kind of like this. We'd like to welcome teams to the Amazing Race, celebrating Jack's 11th birthday. Let's meet our teams. The blue team is made up of Jack and Alex, long-lost cousins who now attend college at the University of Soccer. And then you can continue introducing the teams, giving them humorous relationships like a pair of cross-country truck drivers or country western banjo players, whatever, just kind of like they do on the TV show. Continuing. Teams will race to find the clues that give them the instructions for that leg of the race. Clues can either be route info cards, where teams will need to follow the instructions on the card to receive the next clue. Cards can be detours, where teams are given a choice of 2 activities to complete together to receive the next clue. Or they can be roadblocks, where only one team member must complete the task in order to move ahead. Are you ready for your first clue? Then hand each team an Amazing Race envelope, which they can open up and pull out their first route card. This is the one that directs them to the first challenge, which is the shoe game. Now, before you kick off your Amazing Race game, you're going to ask all the players to take off their shoes and put them all either in a big laundry basket or tote. And while the announcer is explaining how the game works, another person needs to go off and scatter all the shoes in another area of your yard or the park. Now, the shoe game involves the players racing to find their shoes and putting them back on, but there's a catch. Players cannot touch their own shoes with their hands. Instead, their partners have to help each other put their shoes on and tie them. As each team completes this task and heads back to the mat, you can hand them their next clue that tells them somewhere in the yard is a tree with a ribbon tied around it in their team's colors. Scattered beneath the base of that tree are a whole bunch of coins. They need to find the coin that has the birth year that matches the birthday boy or girl's birthday and bring that to the mat. Now you can make this part of the game as difficult as you like. You can make the ribbon super thin and hard to find. You can scatter dozens of coins at the base of the tree or even hundreds. Just make sure you only have one with the correct birth year on it. Ideally, you want teams to spend about 5 to 10 minutes in the hunt, and when they return to the mat with the correct coin, you hand them another Amazing Race envelope with 2 roadblock cards inside. And the one on top says, "Who's the better builder?" Now, since it's a roadblock card, only one team member can perform this task, and they have to choose which person's going to do it before reading the second card. This card directs them to a box of materials that they'll need to use to build a Marshmallow Shooter, just like the example that you created before the party. Kids can look at yours as a model, but they can't touch it, and they will not get any instructions for how to make it. They have to look at your example and construct their own Marshmallow Shooter as best they can. When they're done, they'll bring it to the mat for inspection, and you should try launching a marshmallow to make sure it works before giving them their next clue. This clue tells them that they need to use their newly constructed Marshmallow Shooter to launch marshmallows into a bucket placed on their teammate's head. They've got to get 3 marshmallows into the bucket in order to receive their next clue, which is a detour, meaning they have a choice of 2 activities. The first activity is a hacky sack juggle, where teams must execute a back and forth juggle of the hacky sack 5 times. Or they can choose to do a nature scavenger hunt, where they have to collect a list of 8 different items and bring them back to the mat. Now, the whole point of this is that it's a race, so teams are going to choose the detour that they think they can complete the fastest. When they've completed the detour, you can hand them their final clue, which is the junk and the trunk game. Players will tie this cardboard box filled with ping pong balls around their waist, and they have to jump up and down and move around to get the balls to come out of the box until they find the ping pong ball that has a big X marked on it. When they get that ball out of the box and they find it on the ground, the first team to race it back to the mat with the ball wins the whole Amazing Race game. So those are the games we use for our Amazing Race party, but you can customize your own Amazing Race birthday party to include whatever wacky, crazy party activities you'd like. I've included blank route info cards, detour, and roadblock cards in the free downloadable party game pack, which you can get simply by joining the Mom of 6 community. When you sign up, you'll get access to our library of free printables. I've got tons in there for party games, birthday parties, planning and organizing your home, all kinds of things. You'll also be subscribed to our twice weekly newsletter, which is filled with resources and tips for busy moms just like you. I've included links to all of this down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of our videos. I'll see you soon.